Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria and I'm extremely worried and happy about making this video because I have wanted to start my own YouTube channel for around 2 or maybe 2.5 years now, and I'm really happy I'm doing this right now, finally. This video is going to be about the books I have bought recently, and by recently I mean last 2 months or so. In general, I have 23 books here, which is pretty many. As you might notice on the cover, I have weird editions you might not have seen before, and that's because I read in 3 languages, which is English, Ukrainian, and Russian, and I have books in those 3 languages. You will see all of those on my bookshelves and in the future videos. For now, I have decided that I want to show you the real book I have, and then the picture of the book in English, the English edition, just for you to be familiar with it and recognize it easier. Another thing you have to know about me is I don't like reading the synopsis or the blurbs on the books because it makes the book less interesting for me. And you might have a reasonable question, how do you choose books then? Well, I watch a lot of BookTube, like a lot. I think 80% of what I watch on YouTube is about books. And I have several bloggers I really like and whom I trust. And if they recommend a book and I like the description or their emotions about the book, or what they tell about the book, I will just add it to my wish list. Maybe at that time read the blurb, then never do it again, and just one day buy the book. So usually by the time I buy the book, I just forget everything. I just remember the emotions from the blogger, and yeah, that's it. I just buy the book like that. That's why I am going actually to read some of the blurbs for you just to understand what the book about, but not too many. I will just tell you the story about how I bought the book and why I chose it maybe, but not the real, like the plot thing, like the description. Now let's dive in. I have many books to tell you about, and I have some long stories about those. And the first book I'm gonna show you is Say Only Good Things by Crystal Hefner, Surviving the Playboy. This is the Ukrainian edition. Why I bought this book? I have no idea. I just saw it on the website where I usually order books and decided I needed it. I didn't know anything about Crystal Hefner, who she was, about Hugh Hefner, about Playboy, like nothing, but I had some impulse, And even more surprising is that when I got it, I started reading it after a week. I have plenty of books on my shelves that are waiting. Some are for years, waiting for me to read them. And then I get something on impulse and start reading it after a week. Can you explain that? I cannot. As you understand, I have already read it, so I will tell you about this one in the future video. This one is The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I found it. Another thing you have to know, I love finding books at the little free libraries. You can sometimes find treasures there, and this is one of those. The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. When I saw it, I was already planning to read the book Never Lie by her. I have done that already, also in the wrap-up video. It's in a mint condition from a little free library, which was free, so why not get it? The next book I have in both English and Ukrainian edition, and this is The Paper Palace by Miranda Cowley-Heller, the Reese's Book Club pick. They usually have pretty good books there, a magnificent page turner. I don't know many things about it, I just heard a good feedback. This is the Ukrainian edition. Tell me please in the comments which one you like more. This is a hardcover, this is a paperback. I'm not sure, like I love both. And I'm happy. I found this one at a little free library earlier, and then I got this one because I realized it's pretty thick and probably I will not read it. But anyway, I have 2 books now, and probably I'll start one of those in summer. If you have read this one, please let me know what you think. and if I have to start it sooner. Okay, next one is the series. The books I have wanted to read but haven't done so for a very long time, and that's the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. Wait until I show you the editions I have, because I have a story to tell. I started watching Harry Potter movies when I was a child, and then when I met my future husband at the time, he was the boyfriend then, we started to watch Harry Potter every single year before Christmas, like all the movies. And I loved that tradition. But this year we couldn't do that. I mean, like last year. We couldn't do that because we had a baby. And this is another long story to tell why we could not do that. But anyway, I decided that was the best time to start the books. Because I didn't want to lose the taste, kind of. The decision was made, but I had to find the edition I liked. There are so many, you can tell. And as you know, I read in 3 languages, so I had even more. The Russian one. I didn't like the translation available on the market. The one I liked was not available, so I just didn't think about Russian. Then Ukrainian one, the editions were kind of childish. I watched the movies in all 3 languages, but I didn't really like the Ukrainian one. And then the English one. Oh my God, the prices are just hilarious. For the books I loved, like the editions I loved, the price was very high. And also, I'm not a big fantasy reader and not the child literature reader. So I was almost sure I will just stop reading English ones after maybe 2nd or 3rd book. So I would not continue all the 7 books because they are thick, pretty long, and fantasy and childish and blah blah blah. I actually stopped at the Ukrainian edition because the price was very affordable. And you know what? When I got them, I just loved these editions. These are hardcovers. This is the Harry Potter and Philosopher's or Sorcerer's Stone. I will show you all the books now, just want to show them. They are also very beautiful at the, like, can you tell like that? At the back. And I love the translation. I hope I will read these books in English one day. This is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Then Prisoner of Azkaban. I love the blue one. The Goblet of Fire. The Order of Phoenix. Oops, sorry. The Order of Phoenix. Then the Half-Blood Prince, the Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Aren't they beautiful? Just look at them here. Oh my God. They are beautiful. I have read the 6 books already. One more to come, this one, The Deathly Hallows. I'm reading a Jane Austen novel because I had the urge to change what I'm reading. I have been reading this for 2 months, I guess. I was kind of tired. As I'm finishing that series, I realized I needed more of J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling writing. And I knew she had one about Cormoran Strike. That's actually by the name Robert Galbraith. That's a detective adult story, and it's gonna have a love line through all of the books. So I got the first 2. You know what? I don't like buying one book of the series, even if I haven't started it, haven't tried it. Sometimes I'm just convinced I'm gonna like it, so I buy all of the books at once. Here, I bought 2 and I'm going to continue buying them, even if I don't start them in the nearest time. So I've got the Cuckoo's Calling, the first book, the Ukrainian edition, and the Silkworm. They, I think, look the same as the English edition, so you might be familiar with those. Very beautiful. and I'm very excited about starting this. Many people say the first book is the weakest, so if you have already started and stopped reading those because you didn't like the first book, maybe give the second one a try. The next little beauty is the Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks, which I just adore. This cover, I adore it. I haven't read anything by Nicholas Sparks, but I watched almost all the movies based on his books and I loved all of them. Safe Haven is one of my favorite, like based on his books. So I decided, as I watched it long time ago, I obviously don't remember many things, okay. I decided I can just read the book and it will be like something new for me. Oh, and I actually got it for $3.50 at a thrift store. Thrift stores and little free libraries are just my lifesavers because you can always find treasures in there. The next book is a thriller in Ukrainian, which is The Mother-in-Law by Sally Hepworth. The name speaks for itself. Who reads the blurbs to thrillers? I don't. You very often can catch spoilers there, especially in the Ukrainian and Russian editions. It's just gonna be good. I feel it. I feel it with my gut. The next beautiful book is The Color Purple by Alice Walker, which is the winner of the Pulitzer Prize and the National Book Award. I'm gonna read you the synopsis a bit. I love this color. This is one of my favorites. The Color Purple depicts the lives of African American women in early 20th century rural Georgia. Separated as girls, sisters Sally and Nettie sustain their loyalty to and hope in each other across time, distance, and silence. The Color Purple broke the silence around domestic and sexual abuse, narrating the lives of women through their pain and struggle, companionship and growth, resilience and bravery. Planning to read this in summer. It's gonna be hot and tough, I guess. The Pulitzer Prize of 1983. Next beautiful Ukrainian edition is Lust for Life by Irving Stone, about the life of Vincent van Gogh. Forgive me if I say that incorrectly. Isn't this beautiful? I don't know anything about this artist or his art. I've seen it, but I don't know anything. I just heard that Irving Stone writes really good biographical novels. This one is the most popular in Ukraine and actually the only one translated into Ukrainian. I have another one I want to read by him, is Sailor on Horseback, about Jack London. I love reading memoirs. I love reading about other people's lives, especially when they tell the stories themselves. This is not like that. It has a lot of great feedback. So this one and the Sailor on Horseback, which is actually hard to find even in English, only the second-hand options I've seen, are my plans. And this, I think, might be the nearest future as well. Next one, Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty. Here I'm gonna read you the two lines that I think are enough to get hooked on. A murder, a tragic accident, or just parents behaving badly. What's indisputable is that someone is dead. I think even this one is enough. Big Little Lies is a brilliant take on ex-husbands and second wives, mothers and daughters, schoolyard scandal, and the little lies that can turn lethal. I have so many books by Liane Moriarty in my wish list. I like all the descriptions. I remember many of those for some reason. This one is, I found one of the most popular, so decided to go with this one, but I actually have another one, which is Truly Madly Guilty. It's in English. And if you are a fan of this author, please let me know which one is better to start off. Have to start somewhere. Another perfect place to buy books for affordable prices is Costco. You can find really good ones there. And this is from Costco, Funny Story by Emily Henry. This one is controversial. I read Emily Henry's Beach Read and I hated it so much that almost after I finished it, I sold it. I don't very often do that. But Emily Henry is so famous. Everyone likes her books so much that I think maybe something is wrong with me. That's why I want to give her a second chance and I chose this book. If you think I have to choose another one, You have to tell me, because if I hate this one again, I will never give her another chance. I have 6 more books here. I actually forgot about 2. They are not here. I have to take them from my shelves. So I have 25 books here. A huge book haul. Next pretty Ukrainian edition is The Witches of Vardo by Anna Bergman. I love books based on real life events, and this is one of those where the author made a great deal of a job to write the book and tell us the story. And I'm curious about reading something about witches. Didn't want to get fantasy, so ended up buying this one. Sometimes I feel I'm a witch myself, so I need this book. I need this book, really. I do. Next 3 books, I don't have much to tell you about them because I got them for free when I was ordering all the other Ukrainian ones. And I'm not even sure I will read them. Maybe I will just give them to someone else. Those are The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. I actually wanted to read The Atlas Shrugged by the same author, but this one was a gift, so I decided maybe that's a sign, and I have to start from this one. So if you had read any of those 2, let me know which one is better to start, because this edition has more than 700 pages. Not the nearest plan for sure. The next one, I hate the name. It's so long. Why would you name the book that long? The Me Epidemic, a step-by-step guide to raising capable, grateful kids in an over-entitled world by Amy McCready. And then 10 Lessons for a Post-Pandemic World by Fareed Zakaria. No clue what it is about. The best nonfiction of 2020. I have no idea if I'm gonna read this or not. And then I have 2 more Russian books. So these were all Ukrainian editions and English editions. And I have 2 more Russian. Let me just grab those from the shelves, okay? Look at this stunning book. It's just stunning, right? It's the Forsyte Saga by John Galsworthy. Family saga, classic book, beautiful edition. My mother-in-law liked it a lot and recommended it to me. That's why it's here. But look, 1,373 pages. I'm gonna read it one day, I promise. I promise. One day I will. The next edition has 2 books in it, which are The Judas Tree and The Spanish Gardener by Archibald Joseph Cronin. Nobody ever talks about Archibald Cronin in English BookTube. Why? Why? He is an amazing author. I love his books. I've read already 3 or 4 by him. I love them. This is very easy and beautiful classic literature. And I might be the ambassador of Archibald Joseph Cronin here on BookTube because I love what he writes and how he writes. And again, this edition. Mwah! Okay, these were all of the 25 books I bought. I'm really happy you were here. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe not to miss the future videos. Give a thumbs up to this video and leave any comment you'd like. I would appreciate anything because I want this to be a better experience for you. I want you to come here and enjoy, to read more books and be happy. Hope to see you soon. Bye.